History remembers their armies, their speeches, their crimes, but almost nobody remembers how their empires actually ended. Not with armies, not with revolutions, with empty bank accounts. These are 5 dictators who ran out of money and lost everything. Let's start with number 5, Idi Amin, Uganda, 1971 to 1979. Amin took over Uganda in a coup. He inherited one of the richest economies in East Africa: coffee, sugar, cotton, tea. Uganda was making real money. Then Amin did something stupid. He expelled all the Indian and Pakistani business owners, around 50,000 of them. Given 90 days to leave, they built Uganda's economy. He kicked them out. Then he gave their businesses to his own soldiers, men who'd never run a shop in their lives. Within a year, Uganda's economy collapsed. Shops empty, factories closed, foreign currency gone. By 1978, Uganda was broke. Amin couldn't pay his own army, so he made his final stupid move. He invaded Tanzania, hoping to steal their money. Tanzania fought back and won. They marched all the way to Kampala. Amin escaped on a plane, spent the rest of his life in Saudi Arabia, where his hosts paid for everything because he had nothing left. Amin destroyed one of Africa's richest economies in 8 years. Number 4 had a different problem. He didn't destroy the economy, he stole it. Mobutu Sese Seko, ruler of Zaire, the country we now call Democratic Republic of Congo. Mobutu ran Zaire for 32 years. The country had diamonds, copper, cobalt, gold. It should have been one of the richest places in Africa. Instead, Mobutu treated the entire national treasury like his personal wallet. Estimates of how much he stole range from $5 billion to $15 billion. He owned palaces in Belgium, Switzerland, France, a castle in Spain. He chartered Concorde flights for shopping trips to Paris. Meanwhile, his people starved. There's a word people use for this: kleptocracy, government by theft. Mobutu wasn't a leader. He was a thief with an army. By the 1990s, the money ran out. Foreign loans stopped. The army stopped getting paid, so they stopped protecting him. In 1997, rebels marched into the capital. Mobutu fled, died of cancer in Morocco 4 months later. The richest tyrant in African history, buried in a foreign country he didn't even rule. Number 3 didn't steal. He didn't waste it. He just made the worst financial decision of any dictator in modern history. Nicolae Ceaușescu, Romania, 1965 to 1989. In the 1970s, Ceaușescu borrowed billions from Western banks. He wanted to industrialize Romania. He wanted to build factories. He wanted Romania to be a major economic power. The problem was, the factories didn't make money. They made debt. By 1981, Romania owed $10 billion. Ceaușescu had a choice. He could ask for forgiveness, restructure the debt. Most countries do. Instead, he made a decision that destroyed his country. He decided to pay every cent back. To pay it back, he exported almost everything Romania produced: food, oil, electricity. Whatever earned foreign currency went to the banks. Whatever was left went to the people, which wasn't much. Romanians waited in lines for hours to buy bread. Heating was rationed to a few hours a day. In winter, people burned furniture to stay warm. Ceaușescu, meanwhile, built himself the second largest palace in the world, while his people froze. In December 1989, Romania broke. People filled the streets. The army refused to shoot. Ceaușescu and his wife tried to flee in a helicopter. They were caught, put on trial that lasted 90 minutes, executed by firing squad on Christmas Day. He paid back every cent of the debt. He died 90 days later. Number 2 is the freshest story on this list, and it's still unfolding. Nicolas Maduro, Venezuela, 2013 to today. Venezuela had the largest proven oil reserves on the planet, more than Saudi Arabia. When Maduro took over from Hugo Chavez, the country was already in trouble, but still functional. Then he made it worse. When oil prices crashed in 2014, Maduro panicked. He started printing money, lots of it, then more again. The result, hyperinflation. By 2018, Venezuela's inflation rate hit 1.7 million%. People weighed money instead of counting it. A roll of toilet paper cost millions. Workers got paid in the morning and the money was worthless by evening. Over 7 million Venezuelans fled the country, the largest refugee crisis in modern Western Hemisphere history. Maduro's still in power, but Venezuela is broken. His own currency is so worthless. The government uses US dollars internally. The dictator who survived just doesn't have a country left to run. Now, number 1, the king of broke, the man who broke money itself. Robert Mugabe, Zimbabwe, 1980 to 2017. 37 years in power, Zimbabwe was once called the breadbasket of Africa. It exported food to the rest of the continent. Then in 2000, Mugabe made his catastrophic move. He seized the farms, took land from experienced farmers and gave it to his political supporters, who didn't know how to farm. Food production collapsed within 3 years. Zimbabwe went from food exporter to begging for international aid. Then, Mugabe did what Maduro would do later. He printed money to cover the gap. What followed was the second worst hyperinflation in human history. At its peak, Zimbabwean prices doubled every 24 hours. The government printed a $100 trillion bill. Yes, trillion. With a T. It was worth about 40 US cents. People used wheelbarrows to carry money to buy a single loaf of bread. The country eventually gave up, stopped using its own money entirely, started using American dollars, South African rand, anything that wasn't theirs. Mugabe stayed in power another decade after that. He was finally removed by his own military in 2017, died in a Singapore hospital in 2019. The richest man in Zimbabwe, in a country where most people couldn't afford bread. So why does this keep happening? Why do dictators run out of money so often? 3 patterns appear every single time. First, they mistake their nation's wealth for their personal wealth. Mobutu spent it. Amin gave it to friends. Mugabe printed it. Same disease, different symptom. Second, they surround themselves with people who can't say no. Real advisors get fired, replaced with people who tell them what they want to hear, so bad decisions never get challenged. Third, they believe they can outsmart economics, currencies, markets, debt. They think they're special. They're not. Every tyrant on this list thought they were too clever to fail. Every one of them was wrong, because economics doesn't care about your army, or your speeches, or your power. It only cares whether the numbers add up. And eventually, the numbers always come due. If you want more deep dives on the tyrant's history forgot, subscribe. Next video, 5 dictators who faked their own deaths. See you in the next one.